What is up, guys? Welcome back. Now, if you were not aware, the old school RuneScape community has erupted into some controversy. Now, if you've been following Jagex for a while, you will know that they are no stranger to hot water. Now, this comes from a post that reached the top of the charts yesterday, and it reads, Jagex has caved to the alt-right, no seasonal event this year. Now, the article specifically cites Donald Trump's attacks on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, citing examples of NYC Pride losing multiple sponsors due to the pressure put on by the Trump administration. It also claims although Jagex is based in the UK, it is currently owned by a company with significant links to the US, namely CVC Capital Partners, a Jersey-based private equity and investment firm. Yes, CVC Capital Partners is based in Jersey, but its headquarters is actually located in Luxembourg. With another major shareholder from Jagex, Inside Partners, is a New York City-based headquarters as well. Now, it seems there has been a bit of an uproar inside the Jagex offices. There has been a letter written to Jagex from the Jagex staff. They write asking to resume the Pride content for 2025 and make a commitment that Pride will continue to be an annual season event in both Old School, RuneScape, and RuneScape 3. It continues, we're all aware of the difficult political climate. However, as outlined below, the data from previous Pride events as well as the pronoun changes in Old School clearly shows that despite the vocal minority engaging in bigoted behavior online, this does not translate to a loss of revenue. Given the recent USA elections, it really does make you think whether their letter is accurate. Is it actually the vocal minority engaging in bigoted behavior, or is this more aligned with the current political scope of the world? I think it's safe to say Jagex, or the CEO at least, believes that this is not the case. Though it would certainly seem so from the comment section in the Reddit thread. At first glance, it seems there is an onslaught of reinforcement for the current narrative, saying that this is an absolute travesty from Jagex. How could they possibly do this and alienate the majority of their player base? Many of them taking some very harsh words to the Jagex CEO, with one user claiming Jagex is absolutely unreal and completely spineless. With another user saying, why are we labeling them as alt-right still? It is just the right. They are much more open and brazen about it these days. Now, if you're not aware, the alt-right refers to a far-right white nationalist. It is a derogatory term used to describe people on the Conservative Party as extremists. It would seem the narrative in this Reddit thread is pretty consistent, with practically all of the trending follow-up threads making fun of the recent announcement. I have to admit, though the topic is pretty sad, some of these are pretty funny. 6 out of 6 of the posts on trending are related to this subject, receiving upwards of 5,000 upvotes. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit weird. If you filter by controversial in the comments section, usually you can see opinions that do not currently side with the favorable view. But in this case, most of these comments have been removed by Reddit or a Jagex moderator. Now, on my previous video, I showcased a couple of these comments which were well thought out and constructively criticizing the criticism towards Jagex's decision. But it seems there has been a rogue moderator that has gone through and deleted everyone's opposing points of view. Who would have thought the RuneScape Reddit would read out of 1984 by George Orwell? So let me get this straight. The CEO of the company that you work for makes the decision, and you as an employee will now publicly criticize your own CEO. This is the current list of all of the 2007 Scape moderators, and I would imagine a lot of these are going to need a reshuffling. The 2007 Scape subreddit is officially ran by Jagex, so to have your own employees encourage criticism of your own CEO, removing any comments in support, seems like you're biting off your nose to spite your own face. Dare I say, this probably highlights a more systematic problem inside Jagex, and perhaps a gutting of some of the staff is needed to align with current management. Imagine being the CEO of a company known as Mod North, logging into the officially run community page, seeing lots of posts criticizing you and calling you spineless, while everything in support gets removed by your own staff. I believe it is this type of hypocrisy that has failed the movement in the first place. Again, a politically biased Jagex staff doing a pitiful attempt at censoring their own community in support of their own personal narrative. And immediately, if you turn to an unmonitored section of the internet, you can see a bunch of comments now in protest. Some saying, "Why is this necessary?" Others wanting people to poll it, "Nobody wants this crap," and "Do it in a PvP world" seem very common sentiments. I believe if you want to have this type of content in your game, you should take it to the poll booth and really see where your community aligns. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe down below. I will be bringing you the latest and greatest news on everything that I find interesting on the internet. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.